So we're back again with more top 5s in the Ratchet and Clank series, and in this video, well, you've seen the title, but still, we're looking at one of the most impressive aspects of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, the planets and level design. Once again, I remind you that this is just my opinion and yours may vary drastically from mine. There's clearly much love put into all the 9 planets in this game. Even though there are fewer planets in Rift Apart compared to the other games in the series, these picks didn't come easy, as all the levels are filled with detail and much care. And I must say, I enjoyed every single planet I visited. With that said though, please subscribe for more content like this, and let's get into our top picks. So just about making it into the top 5, we have Tarn 4, one of my favorite levels from the Future trilogy. It kinda pains me to put such a great level this low, but someone has to do it. Well, some context to this level, Rivet travels to this planet with Clank to fix their phase quartz, a material that can grant them power for interdimensional travel through a Dimensionator, which is a machine that can fix dimensional chaos brewing throughout the galaxy. It's a bit of a convoluted series, so don't worry if it doesn't make much sense. On the previous planet, Rivet says she's heard of a being called the Fixer that can fix anything, even scoliosis. However, once they arrive there, they notice that the robot is deactivated due to some less than legal pirate activities. Pirates have raided the planet and you need to take them out. A simple enough premise that leads you to discover a magnificent level. You ping across the terrains, fighting pirates and your main adversary, Pierre Lefebvre. The level looks amazing, replacing the bloom effects from the PS3 era for a slick, mechanical, and colorful world. You encounter fauna, citizens, and pirates in this fast-paced level. Try to get to the big robot known as the Fixer. Traversing the level gets crazier after each minute spent on the planet, fighting off simple creatures, then platforming around and shooting pirates. Finally, it ends with a fast-paced, thrilling grind rail section with the Fixer, as he somehow got depressed and now wants to off you.
I am broken! As is everything.
But he then gets better, don't worry. Unfortunately, I cannot put Tarn 4 above the other levels simply because the other levels left a more significant impression and were more enjoyable in my opinion. The pirate section in this level took a bit too long for my liking with the repetitive use of mini-bosses, but that's just me. Moving on to 4th place, we have none other than Ardolis. Again, it pains me to see such a great level this far down in the list when it is a fan favorite across the community. Even looking at my Tools of Destruction top 5 video, in that video I discussed how it could have easily been put down as number 1. Because honestly, it could, and it should have been top 3 for sure. But still, thankfully it is faithfully recreated in Rift Apart, with some new areas to explore and an entirely different story to follow. This time we are headed to Ardolis to find Captain Quantum, since he has something our heroes need to defeat Nefarious. We're also tasked with saving our dear friend Pierre Lefebvre, as he knows where to find Captain Quantum.
One could even say it destroyed itself!
The visuals, the pirate themes in this level are just on point. The platforming feels as great as ever, and so do the enemies. The first part of the level is complete with the same platforming as in Tools, which was practically perfect to begin with, however with greater polish this time around. It is also well complemented by the addition of a new pirate puzzle section, reminiscent of Dark Waters Cove in Quest for Booty, as well as an all-new climax where Ratchet boards multiple ships, faces off with Nefarious, and defeats hordes of enemies. I have to say I had the greatest expectations when it came back to this level, and I was pleasantly surprised. I'm only saddened by the fact that the soundtrack did not transfer over, but I understand the game wanted to find its own identity within the recreations of a fan favorite level. Also, the final encounter with Nefarious did not culminate in a boss battle, which seemed like it should, and really deserved one to be fair. Also, the rest of the levels on this list reinvented the wheel for this series so much that it's hard for me to place it above and beyond the other levels. Moving on, the bronze medal has to go to one of the most innovative levels in modern gaming, Blizzard Prime. These lovely minds display the game's ability to instantly change the terrain in which the player inhabits. In the case of Rift Apart, you are able to constantly switch dimensions with the press of a button within practically milliseconds. In Blizzard Prime, you constantly switch between well-established minds of one dimension to the destroyed minds of the other dimension. This allows for an unexpected and quite ingenious platforming. The developers were able to finalize the original idea that they had with cracking time with the time warps and created a fun, colorful, and tantalizing level. You travel here with Rivet in search of a material called phase quartz that allows for interdimensional travel. On one of the dimensions, the drill deck will grant them this material works, but on the other it doesn't. Yet there are several obstacles in the way. Our heroes therefore must traverse between dimensions to get the drill, platforming and shooting their way through several impediments. You will find nefarious goons on one dimension and thugs for less on the other, allowing for a nice constant change of environment, though the pace in battles are similar. Also, there is such a great set piece where you get to fight different enemies on different realities at the same time with the press of a button, which was really fun to complete. Also, Most of the Clank sections were a nice change of pace, and while not too difficult, were fun enough to complete. Beyond ingenuity, this level provides a captivating new planet in the series, full of detail and fun encounters with the inhabitants and the enemies. However, it's only above the other two picks, as I think this level had a lot of padding despite its innovative ideas. Once again, it is very hard to deny how good every level in this game is. And just about missing the top spot, Savali. Another brand new planet with a ton to offer. In Easter eggs, traversal, enemies, story, everything really. This is the type of level that has been present in many Ratchet and Clank games, however never at this scale. I spoke in Tools of Destruction video about how Sargasso was number one because of what it did with the sandbox level, and here it feels like an improvement in every way on that Sargasso level. Well, except for the fact that you can't sell Leviathan souls for money, and you're not acting like a bounty hunter, but hey, you can't get everything. So what makes this level so great? Firstly, your mode of transportation in this level allows for greater fluidity compared to the Robo Wings in Tools. You feel like you can control and shift your speed to accommodate every platforming section. Secondly, it feels like everywhere you go, the level has something new to introduce you, be it an Easter egg, collectible, or just some sightseeing opportunities. I must say that my favorite reference in this level is when you revisit Darkwater's ship from Quest for Booty when searching for a golden bolt. Like, they did not have to please the only fan of that game just for this, you know? It's so faithfully recreated. I really liked it. But they did, and props to them. Not only are the gameplay aspects important, but the story that's interwoven elevates this game by several paces. We come to this planet searching for answers and a dimensional map, and soon discover that it was once inhabited by Ratchet's long-lost species. You also meet Clank's interdimensional counterpart, Kit, who's just the most charming and sure robot that slowly learns to team up with others and use their strength. You stroll across the map to free some of Kit's friends, ultimately culminating in an exhilarating run toward the interdimensional map at the end. I really enjoyed this level, and revisiting it always provided me with the biggest smile. However, objectively, I don't think Insomniac innovated as much with this level as it did for the top spot on my list. But hey, if you got this far, please consider subscribing and comment on what you thought of my top 5 picks and what you think are the best levels in Rift Apart, in your honest opinion of course. And finally, with so many great contenders for the number 1 spot, it was really hard to pick the best out of all of them. However, this level just took the series to a completely new realm of possibilities, in my opinion. That being Cordelion. Similarly to Blizzard Prime, this level contains several crystals that alter the dimension you inhabit. One is this cold, dystopian abandoned station, while in the other reality, while a sunny delight, is a highly militaristic compound filled to the brim with nefarious guards. However, the developers had more innovative aspects up their sleeves to incorporate into this level design. The Kadaro station is responsible for forging the dimension hopping device, the Dimensionator. Yet when you arrive there, the station is inaccessible. So, Ratchet and Kit, or you, the player, have to get creative. You see, you are constantly having to shift from dimension to dimension in response to ever-increasing conflict in a previous reality. In one dimension where you need to build a Dimensionator, guards are alerted to your presence and keep increasing in numbers, while the other, abandoned reality, has a very cute, very big and terrifying monster named Juice, following around trying to devour you. This is one of the very few times in the series where you cannot defeat your enemy and you are forced to run away and find new exits each time, building up your anxiety as you know he's somewhere out there to get you, but never know when he'll appear. You have to slowly open these doors that alert him to your presence, and god is it terrifying sometimes for me. It involves some novel horror elements missing from this family-friendly series, thankfully elevating the standards. Platforming away from Juice and through enemies in the other dimension is some of the best gameplay in this game has to offer. Meanwhile, on a story level, Ratchet and Kit slowly learn different things about each other and learn things together. While Kit learns to trust Ratchet and to show her personality, Ratchet loses his fear of meeting his kind and becomes determined to find his family. The gang manages to get the Dimensionator and flee to reunite with Clank and Rivet. Oh, also you get the best nefarious interaction in years, and it's not even a cutscene.
They even have licenses! I'll throw you all into the forge and make a nice mug for myself!
The Rubion Forge has been destroyed, sir.
What? Get that Lombax! Get that Lombax! Get that Lombax!
In conclusion, this is the best level in the game due to its contrasting aesthetics, fun and at times scary gameplay and platforming, and its tightly knitted wholesome story about overcoming one's inner fears. Thank you everyone for watching this video until the end. For those of you still listening, I want to thank you all for growing my channel so much in the past month. Hopefully by the end of the year we can get to 1k subs and I can cope with my master's degree. Regardless, thank you all, hope this video makes you happier and hope you all have a great day. See ya!